Yo, what's good on today's video? I got a missing out video about how to fix errors in Roblox. Now, I want to clarify too. I know there's a lot of people out there that are probably going to think that this is a universal video. There is no such thing as a universal fix in any programming language to fix errors. This is showing you just generally how to go about debugging and how to understand what is causing the error and stuff, and how to go about possibly fixing it and stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Okay. So first, there are two types of errors. I'm going to explain them. We have logic and syntax. Syntax is extremely easy to understand. So let's head on over to server script service. You can follow along or you could just watch. So I'm going to insert a server script, right? We're going to delete print hello world. I'm going to type a letter, right? As you can see, there is a red squiggly line under it. This indicates a syntax error. If you look under and if you highlight over it, it'll say syntax error. So it's pretty simple. Incomplete statement, expected assignment, or a function call. If I press run, same thing as play. Well, not same thing as play, but it'll return the same output and stuff. If I press run, in the output, it'll say server script service. It'll pretty much reference where the script is, and then followed by, whatever the error is and stuff. And it'll also tell you where, like, what kind of script right here. Because if this was a local script, it would say local script and stuff, right? So it explain the error. Now, some of this my fault, guys. I accidentally clicked on something by mistake. But anyway, so like I was saying, so yeah, so you highlight over, it'll tell you syntax error, incomplete statement, expected assignment, or function call and stuff, right? Now you may not honestly understand the errors because like it's pretty. They use very vague language and stuff. It's very like vague and stuff. Language and stuff like expected assignment or a function call. Like I understand what it means, but obviously to beginners and stuff it may be hard, and even then it's still not that clear and everything. But yeah, this is a syntax error. Syntax is pretty much meaning like whatever you're trying to do, it goes against the structure of the language, I guess. Like how like if I want to say like the English language, if I want to say I want to go to the store, and if I said I go to the store I want, that doesn't make any sense. Like I'm kind of going against how the language is supposed to be structured. That's pretty much the best way I could really explain like syntax errors and stuff. Syntax errors are easy because you don't even have to understand what this means. You can just throw this in ChatGPT or search up the error and it can help you figure it out. That's helped me a million times before and stuff. Syntax errors are what will pop out in the output, like errors that pop out in the output. Logic errors are where things get tricky. Now, what a logic error is, I feel like it's better to show you rather than tell you. So I'm gonna create a variable. I'm gonna say local number, right? And then we're gonna set this equal to 15. We're gonna use an if statement, right? So we're gonna say if number is greater than 16, enter, right? So if the value of the number variable is greater than 16, this will happen. Let's print number is greater than 16, right? So if I run, right, if I press run, nothing is in the output, right? It didn't print anything because obviously I would hope 15 is less than 16, right? So this is an example of a logic error and stuff. Logic as in your logic. Because when you're scripting and when you're making systems and stuff, you are pretty much essentially creating your own logic for how something is supposed to work. So when you don't see an error on the output, but something is obviously wrong and stuff, that is a logic error and stuff. You're doing something logically wrong. Like you're scripting logic. That's the problem, right? So for example here, the problem, the logic, it's easy to see here like the issue and stuff. But obviously, when you have hundreds of lines of code, it's a lot harder to figure it out, right? So you would pretty much do the same way you would figure out a syntax error. So obviously, there is no error message. However, you can implement stuff inside of scripts to make it so that you can almost debug the script whenever there are issues. So for example, enter, right? Let's say we want to figure it out. Let's throw an else. So we'll say else, right? So this means regardless of what it is, if it's not the first thing, this is what it'll like whatever we have here will happen. So we'll print number is not greater than 16, right? Then if I press play or run whatever, number is not greater than 16. That's simple and stuff, right? Like that's an easy way to debug stuff is like printing and using if statements and stuff. Printing is very key and stuff. Now let's say you didn't want to go that route. You were like, you wanted to kind of figure out like, okay, why is it not working and stuff, right? You could also go directly for the value itself, right? So you could say, okay, for some reason the if statement and stuff is not printing. Let me check it directly. Like you want to go from left to right, take things slowly. So you'd say if number is greater than 16, okay, well, it's not printing, which means there's something wrong here. Let's see if the number is let's see what value the number is. So we will print out the value of the number. We press run and then 15. Ah, okay, it's 15. That's less than 16. That's the problem. So what we need to do is set the value to 17 or just a value greater than 16 to resolve our issue. That's just an example of how you would solve a logic error and stuff like that. Obviously, like it's a lot more complex when it comes to like actual systems and stuff. It's a lot more, yeah, it's a lot more, it's pretty much just a lot more complex and stuff when you have a lot more scripts and everything. But you just have to print debug, literally, like just print. That's literally it. Just print stuff and take your time. Like don't jump to stuff. Like if you have hundreds of lines of code, the error might be in the beginning or it could be in the middle or the end. You have to like start somewhere and like make sure it's working. For example, right? There are multiple places we could put prints to debug this stuff. We could print to see one, okay, is the if statement even working correctly? We could also check to see if the script is even working correctly and stuff. As you notice, if I press run, right, since this is outside of the if statement, the script is working perfectly fine because it printed this and stuff, right? So like I'm kind of like going down a checklist. I've checked to ensure the script is working and like the code is like all the code is like essentially like running and stuff, right? Then if I wanted to, let's say, move this, Control C, or just copy that and then paste it, Control V after the if statement, and then I pressed run, right? That ensures that, yeah, it ran and everything. So the if statement did run, which means the issue would be with the if statement. That's just kind of like how I would zero in on whatever the issue is and stuff. But yeah, so just to explain errors and stuff, like I said, so syntax errors is whenever you see a squiggly line and stuff. So for some people that don't know the squiggly line, that indicates a syntax error. For this unknown global, it's saying unknown global variable because there is no variable with that name and stuff, right? Then obviously this is our global variable and stuff, right? So like those are just examples of syntax errors and stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like that's really all I can really say on errors and stuff. Like the best way to figure them out is just to print. You have to spend the time and you need to like it's going to stress you out, and that's the whole point. That's how you learn, because it helps so that like it builds experience with dealing with errors so that you know how to deal with them in the future and stuff. Whenever y'all see me in videos like be confused as to why something isn't working, and then like I miraculously figure it out in a span of a few seconds or like a minute and stuff, I just try stuff. That's because I've spent plenty of times, like spent plenty of hours like figuring stuff out, figuring issues out and stuff. Like I understand a lot of y'all want to jump straight to the solutions and stuff, but you can't. Sometimes you can't really do that. Like I can put it in ChatGPT because like I already know what I'm doing. But when you're learning, it's for the best that you start off trying to figure it out on your own because it helps build your skills a lot better and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's errors. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments. If you have any suggestions or videos, any more topics you want me to cover, I can dive into it and explain and stuff. So yeah, just let me know. And if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe. If you want access to any one of my scripts or models, you guys can become either a channel member or a Discord subscriber. Link to either one of those options can be found in the description. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.